often before, other than LA. He's not going to go there with that team they have structured right now. So if he comes back, I think, it's a big thing for OKC coming up.
Yeah, I think it is going to be huge for them going into next year because they've got the pieces, they've got players there. Maybe add some more off the bench pieces, but that looks like it's starting to click. And that was a comment by Paul George saying not a championship or bust with OKC. So with him saying that, to me that means I'm ready to come back for another year because this is not the only year that we're here. So it's starting to look like this team is going to be sticking together going into next year. And I think they can make it to the Western Conference Finals. Trade deadline coming up, or will they try to make a deal? Who will they try to go after? They're looking like an attractive team right now. So we'll see. The Celtics played the Cavs this week. Celtics end up getting the win. Terry Rozier, this kid right here. He got a game high 20. Kyrie had 11. LeBron had 19. IT getting the standing ovation. Is this a rivalry you think we're gonna see going forward, especially with the Kyrie versus LeBron, advertising and promo they've been doing on ESPN? But do you see this being a rivalry?
Man, I really don't know right now. I mean, I know a lot of people are super hype about the Celtics. Like you said, Terry Rozier, I've been knowing that kid at Louisville. Chris Jones, his backcourt mate there, was from Memphis, so I saw a lot of him. He's coming in the game and playing big time defender, hitting shots, getting in the lane. I love the small ball when they go with Marcus Smart, Rozier, and Kyrie at the guards, and then put Tatum or Jalen at the 4 with Horford. Like, they have so many different combinations they can put on the floor, and it's working. But a team that people are not talking about is the Raptors. I know every year in the East they have a top record, and until they make an impact on the playoffs, people are not going to talk about it, except for Drake. He's always
exactly. He always will be, always.
But like I said, man, I'm watching the Raptors. I like what DeMar DeRozan is doing. People are not talking about it in the MVP race, but he's putting up big numbers. His 3-ball percentage right now is like 40%. People are talking about him putting him in the 3-point competition at All-Star. So I really like Toronto. Right now they're in the 2 spot behind the Celtics, ahead of the Cavs. People don't remember even seeing that. So I think they're my dark horse. Now, I will say this. I had Kyrie being MVP in the beginning of the year, but in the playoffs, if they don't get the 1 seed, it's going to be trouble. Like, if they have to play the Cavs before the Eastern Conference Finals, it's going to be a problem, man. Like, I don't know. It's going to be tough. But at the same time, like I said, that right now, they're the favorite, even over the Cavs. But if they drop in the records and get to 3, man, it's going to be a problem in the playoffs.
Yeah. And it's interesting you mentioned Giannis with 28.9 points, averaging this year, leading the All-Star voting, taking over for the King. I didn't see that happening, but to me, that means this kid is not just being talked about in the NBA, but fans love him. And that to me is exciting with him. But I definitely wanted to talk about him real quick. He is so they're doing a different thing with the All-Star game, which I'm sure you know, the voting. They kind of did it with the NFL Pro Bowl, which I think is exciting. You got to shake it up because it's starting to get stale. And he's saying the first person he'll pick will be LeBron, which to me that means a lot in two respects. Them trying to recruit LeBron possibly this offseason, which I don't see him going to Milwaukee. But what's your thoughts on this new All-Star format? And Giannis and his play so far this year?
Oh, I love it, man. I actually knew about it. They started talking about it probably like 2 years ago when the All-Star game was really boring. So I knew it was Adam Silver. Of course, he's a genius. So I knew this was coming. Now, let's say this. before it's all said and done, LeBron will be the top vote getter. So we can go ahead and put that out. It's great for Giannis right now.
Right.
But we know LeBron is going to be the top vote getter. And I think he'll pick Giannis first pick. Anyway, I think they're going to pick each other. Now, man, just imagine you have, LeBron on the same team with Paul George, with Boogie. That could be the Lakers next year. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of recruiting going to go on in L.A. this year. Of course, the L.A. The All-Star game is in L.A. So I think it's a big tool for recruiting. And it's going to be, some excitement that we've never seen before because there's going to be so many guys that never played with each other before. I mean, of course, USA basketball is huge, but some people just don't get that opportunity with USA basketball. And to get them on the same team in the All-Star game is going to be huge, full of excitement. I can't wait.
Yeah, and you're going to have, reunion number 2 with KD and Russ. So are they going to be...
come on, don't bring that up. It was so
the cameras are going to be on them. You already know they're going to blow it up like crazy.
It was so weird last year. ESPN is I love them, but come on, man. Let's put that to rest. Then they have a camera crew following the balls all the way to Louisiana.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
So I don't know what entails for the balls, especially the kids over in Lithuania. I know you've played. What does this mean? Do you see this even going anywhere? You see them coming back and somehow making it to the NBA, or is this kind of like a dead end, you think, for them?
Man, I hope it's not a dead end. I've said this countless times. Of course, I'm big on the circuit, so I've known the balls for quite a long time. And on a lot of shows, people ask me this question. And right now, it's the LeVar effect. He's got so big. Now, Trump is talking about him. He's on ESPN every single day. I just saw the press conference with them in Louisiana. And, man, it was just horrible. Like, he was just taking over. He had a jersey, and it was just bad. So, right now, the person I feel the most horrible about is Melo. To me, he's the best ball of them all. This kid has game, man, serious game. Right now, he's already probably 6'6", tremendous jump shooter, unbelievable passer. For him to go overseas now at 16 without a high school diploma, that's tragic. Of course, everybody talk about him being a great father, but what he's doing now is terrible for his kids. Yeah, he's done a great job marketing for his kids. I will say that. But now it's got to such a point where it looks like he's doing everything for himself. And as a father, you should never put yourself in front of your kid. Not ever. It always should be put your kid in the best position to succeed. Now, I understand you starting your own company. I mean, it's 2018 now. I think everybody should do that. That's the way to go. Get your own. So that's tremendous. I applaud him for that. But at the same time, you took your kid out of a great institution like UCLA. Everybody knows he's not a great NBA prospect, but he could get a degree from UCLA that could lead to some great things. So I would have definitely, kept him in school, let him sit out, get him back in school. Now for, like I said, Melo, let him grow. Let him continue to build his brand in high school. He's still in high school. Let him continue to get better. And then once you get to that point, if you want him to go overseas after he graduates from high school, yeah, do that. But not right now, man. Like, that's terrible. 16, he's overseas with not a high school diploma at all. That's horrible. And Lonzo, I loved his game at UCLA. I loved his game in high school, but he's sticking up the joint in with the Lakers. You can tell his confidence is all over the place. He doesn't even want to shoot a wide open jump shot. I mean, right now it's going bad. The only hope I can see is Lonzo continues to get better, and his dad just fade away a little bit. Concentrate on your brand. Concentrate on big baller brand and selling shoes. Leave the kids alone. Like, let them play. Let them just play their game and see how it goes from there.
Yeah, I think, to me, this was kind of like a knee-jerk reaction. Let's take them overseas and see what happens. Like if you seeing what happens is not gonna produce what you want for them. I don't. His kid's 16. I think he can get his GED. He cannot play in college though. I believe now since he turned pro.
Yeah,
so
it's over that.
You kind of totally took that from him. Is that what he really wanted? I haven't heard him say anything. I haven't heard him get interviewed. Is that what this kid really wanted? And I can honestly say, I don't know. You took away the college experience for him playing basketball. Now, if this works out, which it is a complete long shot, but if this works out, I would be amazed. And also, I think this is also a play for him because he's wanting to do the Junior Basketball League or Junior Basketball Association. So you factor in putting his kids, you take them over to Lithuania for a little while, bring them back over here, put them in his own league. They would probably be the front runners and be the face of the league. Is he thinking about doing that too? So he's doing a lot, and I don't know what this means for his kid's future, which to me is sad because I don't wish bad on anybody, but I want them to have the best, just like I think he does, but the way he's going about it it's unorthodox, and we don't know if it's going to be successful or not. I don't even know if he knows if it's going to be successful, but he's one of those guys that seems like he rolls with it no matter what. If it looks good or not, he's going to ride it out because that's what his decision was.
Yeah, I agree, man. Absolutely. That's perfect what you said about him. He, at this point, he's like, everything that I'm doing, I'm just going to keep going with it. Nobody's going to tell me if to succeed. I'm just going to go. Whatever happens, happens, but I'm going to just go with it. Now, I heard, like I said, I've talked to many people about this, so to say, junior league, big baller brand league, whatever you want to call it. And right now, it's just talk, man. It's a lot of things that needs to be done that haven't been done. So, I hope it gets going. You know, like I said, 2018, I love to have your own brand and not have to depend on other people. That's great. But at the same time, right now it's not even, ready to come about. Nobody is talking about it except for him. So, right now it's not a league. He's just putting it out there to hopefully get some top recruits to think about it and say, hey, I might do this. But right now it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's a long shot right now, and I think it's going to be a lot of things that have to happen. You look at the Big Three League, and Q was getting sued because somebody else is doing the same thing. So you got to think who else out there is putting together this type of league or may already have one and you don't know it. So there's a lot of things investors, you got to have money, plain and simple. You got to have the money. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, man, I want to appreciate you for coming on. First show of the year. Always great to get you on the show. And make sure you guys go follow him, King of B-Ball News, on Twitter. He's always up to date on everything NBA, everything basketball. This is my go-to guy. So appreciate you for coming on.
I appreciate it, man. Can't wait for next time. Keep up the great success.
Definitely. Take care. All right, that was Mike Truth. Appreciate him for coming on. Always great getting him on. Big L says, it's okay for every young professional athletes in every sport but basketball to go pro. Tennis, gymnastics, golf, hockey, so on. But when a black athlete in a black sport does it, it's a problem. I wonder why. You got a great point. You do have a great point. I think the only reason why is because it's unorthodox. It's different. You're right, Big L. It's different. And I think we, as people in general, we are critical of things that are different. And I've done it myself. If it is successful, I'm definitely going to applaud him. I definitely am. And I think his vision is second to none. But I just don't know if you don't know if it's going to work. And I think the unknown to me is the confusing part. And I think that's why it's questioned, because there is unknown. But he has faith in himself. He's got faith in his kids. So I'll definitely be talking about it as it continues to go along, as they play over in Lithuania.